I don't expect you to believe me. I hardly believe it myself, but I must tell my story before I die. I was once a kind man, gentle and fond of animals. My wife and I had many pets, but my favorite was a large black cat named Pluto. Pluto followed me everywhere, his green eyes glowing with intelligence. He was my closest companion, until I changed. I started drinking, heavily. The more I drank, the angrier I became. I lashed out at everything and everyone, even Pluto. One night, in a drunken rage, I grabbed Pluto and cut out one of his eyes. I will never forget his scream. The next morning, I felt horrified by what I had done, but instead of making amends, I became crueler. Some part of me wanted to destroy what I'd once loved. So, one evening, with cold, unfeeling hands, I slipped a noose around Pluto's neck and hanged him from a tree. I cried as I did it, not from guilt, but from fear. That night, a fire consumed my house. My wife and I barely escaped. When I returned to the ruins the next day, I saw something terrifying. On the one standing wall was a shadowy imprint of Pluto, hanging by the neck. I told myself it was a coincidence. But deep inside, I knew better. Sometime later, I found another black cat in a tavern. He was just like Pluto, except for one thing. This cat had a white patch on its chest, shaped eerily like a noose. I took him home, hoping to ease my guilt. At first, he was affectionate, but soon I grew to hate him. He was always underfoot, always watching me. His missing eye made my blood run cold. It was Pluto all over again. And then I noticed something else. The white patch on his chest began to change. It grew, twisting, reshaping itself into the outline of a gallows. The cat tormented me, following me everywhere, reminding me of my sin. My mind began to break. I drank more, raged more. My wife tried to calm me, but I would not listen. One day, while descending into our basement, the cat nearly tripped me on the stairs. In blind fury, I grabbed an axe. I swung, not at the cat, but at my wife. She fell without a sound. I had no time for remorse. I had to hide the body. My eyes scanned the damp basement walls. A loose section of bricks caught my attention. Carefully, I sealed her corpse inside the wall, making sure no trace remained. The cat was gone. For the first time in weeks, I felt peace. Days passed. My wife was missing, but no one suspected me. The cat had vanished, and I was finally free. Then the police came. They searched the house, questioning me, but they found nothing. As they prepared to leave, I felt a strange urge to boast. I tapped on the very wall where my wife was buried. "These walls are sturdy," I said with a smirk. A sound came from inside, a muffled cry, a deep, guttural wailing. The officers stared at the wall in shock. They tore down the bricks, and there, standing atop my wife's rotting corpse, was the black cat, its single eye gleaming, its mouth open in a triumphant howl. I screamed as they dragged me away. Tomorrow they will hang me for my crime. But it was not my hand that doomed me. It was the cat. The black cat had avenged Pluto.